You know, my mother and my father haven't seen each other since 1988, and they are still married to this day. What I respect about both of them is they didn't bash each other. They didn't bash one another to me behind the other's back. That actually let me know that I came from greatness. And they made sure to instill in me to know that I came from one and another to come together that were very strong, very wise, very soulful. I hadn't seen my mom since I was like 3-4 years old. I was with Pops. And Pops took good care of me, man. Real good care of me. He went against whoever he needed to go to protect me, to provide for me, to actually be there for me. We had a saying, man, that whatever's yours is mine and mine is yours. My Pops never held back from me. Never was stingy, man. We used to have this old school saying back in the day, see you tomorrow. And I'll be like, not if I see you first. And then we would say, see you in the funny papers. Not if I see you first. The funny papers was the papers, the cartoon section in the newspaper back in the day. He used to give that to me and to teach me how to read real quick. I would go on to be an avid reader. I ended up skipping a couple of grades after he did this when I was real young. Used to read to the class, man, at every end of class, you know what I mean? I would do my work in less than 2 minutes and go around and help the class. I had plenty of certificates and straight A grades and all of that type of stuff. My dad got locked up for life, man, 35 to life. They struck him out. I was out grocery shopping for the family. I was 16. So when I got there, they were already gone. One of the things that hurt my heart, like most of my life. And if you watch my videos before, you'll see that I was always a young, mature one. I named my 2 youngest siblings, and I was their dad, man, from 9 years old all the way to like 16. So when I got there and they was gone, I was mortified. At the same time, I didn't go to not one family member house and ask them for help. I decided to face the world at 16 on my own. Best decision I could have ever made dealing with them. Let's see, my brothers, my dad's siblings, when they came to the house, the photo album I had of my best friends, when in the grades I skipped, all of the, all of the certificates and straight A grades, they didn't keep none of that shit. They trashed it all. Real hater shit, though. But yeah, to get back to the moral of the story, I'm just giving a background of my story and the greatness I come from, whether it be my mom or my father. And I want to commend those women out there that have been single moms that actually were true and genuine enough to keep it real with their children and not downplay the father just out of spite or out of rage because it didn't work out between them and the father. Much love to y'all, man. Salute to y'all because y'all kept it true. Y'all real solid. That's what you call a stand-up individual. You got stripes in the cosmos forever for that, because for you to get with somebody before those star seeds came, you had to see something in that person for you to even receive their seed. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? All women must receive a seed to give birth. This is not the days where it was asexual. You're talking about the androgynous source. I'm always ahead of time because I'm a Capricorn and I'm a waning moon Capricorn. So I actually could slow down time and speed up time. I've done it all throughout my existence here. And now is the time, without any coincidences, that you have masculine energy stepping forth in their true divinity to elaborate on these much needed issues when it comes to the brain damage and mental health of some women and females out there that have, they're stuck within themselves and don't even know how to move. Hell, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because this TikTok is gonna be off here in September. My son's mother's like that. Matter of fact, all three of them. We just called his mom yesterday to talk to her. She hadn't talked to her for 2 months. Shit, we've been back here on the West Coast, man, for 14 months. She ain't came to see him one time. Now, reverse the roles over the years. I had no problem bringing my son from across state lines for him to see his mom after she fucked up. Let me elaborate so you'll know what I'm talking about. At the end of us splitting in a relationship, me and my son were in the room. We slept in the room for 2 years. She slept in the living room. I did what I could to keep the family together, but it was hard to do that with all of the fuckery I was seeing. Like you putting children on income tax forms and never buying them a pair of shoes. Talking to your prostitute cousin about going on trips to Miami. Always getting frustrated talking about you need a break from a sole contract agreement you agreed to with a masculine energy to receive the seed so that y'all create life together. At the end of the relationship, I let her know that you ain't even got to worry about him. I got him. And I said, I'm going to do this shit on my own. I told her, you have a mom, a dad, grandmothers, great-grandmothers, all that shit, cousins, aunties. I said, but watch what I do, though. This is the real life of a Capricorn. We left. And on the third day, I had us a car. We went into the snow, moved to Utah. I left with a duffel bag and a 3-wheel stroller with much motivation that I had already busted a move before that to get thousands in our pocket. Mind you, I had put a $96,000 play together for us both to do a research that was just to smoke some marijuana and try tobacco products, which we were both engaging in tobacco products at the time. She refrained from it. Had us in a house 6 weeks. Now, over the time, as we're in our house, and I decided to reach back out to her and her mother and grandmother and everything to keep a relationship with her son, because mind you, I didn't get my mom till I was 29 years old, and I didn't want him to grow up like me. You know what I mean? Missing some things if I could help it. So I would call and video call, and mind you, the whole time she would have the video call, it would never show her stomach. Not to mention, before we left, she had a sour smell. Whenever you have a blood bond with somebody and you do have somebody's seed, you're connected. Just know that the blood is in you forever. So to speed back up to the story, she didn't know that I knew she was pregnant the whole time. One day she had the baby and she said, I want my son to meet my new son and this, that. And I responded to her, you could have told me, I already knew the whole time. She was like, how did you know? I had premonitions and the smell, gave it away. Plus the actions on how you're going about stuff. No mind and a no-brainer. When I drove down from Utah all the way to Southern California, I went and took my son to see his new brother. Was at his first birthday and his own dad wasn't there. I came in giving money to all the kids there, running errands for the grandmother, grandfather, and we weren't even together anymore. Mind you, when we left and moved to Utah, she had a baby 7 months after we moved. That means she was pregnant 2 months while we were there. And like some women that have daddy issues, she would not hold accountability for her actions. To speed it up, fast forward, now, the baby's father that she had that baby with don't want nothing to do with her, always tries to dog her out at every chance he gets. And she wonders, why me? Wasn't able to raise not even 3 of her children she had. Not at all. But it's past the mid-30s and has a boyfriend now. I just wanted to paint this example, not to be messy, but to show by example. And I'm giving a personal thing, because I raised my son myself on my own. And I just want y'all to know that I know from experience the heartache, the pain, the blood, sweat, and tears. But see, I'm not hurting anymore or anything like that. I'm in full power. And I won't go for that bullshit anymore ever. Especially being 8 years into being single. And I practice celibacy and abstinence constantly, consistently, lucratively. Stories like this is why some women won't come forth to reveal their accountability. They just think that they can hide it, I guess.